Place the marker wristband on the patient's wrist approximately 2 to 3 inches above the styloid. Apply a thin layer of petroleum jelly to the patient's hand. This will aid when releasing the impression material. Instruct the patient to maintain a neutral hand position, fingers placed evenly apart throughout the impression taking process. It may be necessary to mold the patient's hand into the desired position. Ensure that your hands are free of petroleum jelly and mix the impression material thoroughly, as settling may have occurred. Add the entire bottle of provided catalyst and continue to stir thoroughly. You will have approximately 2 to 3 minutes working time. Pour the activated impression material over the patient's limb, starting at the most proximal point. You may use the stir stick or your hand to achieve even coverage. Instruct the patient to rotate his or her hand and continue to apply the impression material. Excess impression material may be used to cover any thin spots or areas which should not receive adequate coverage. Make sure to cover the hand up to the wristband. Instruct the patient to stand in a neutral position until the impression cures. Impression material will be hard to the touch when ready for removal. Start releasing the bond by inserting your finger into the proximal edge of the impression and running it around the rim. Once this bond is broken, have the patient move his or her fingers to help move air around inside the impression. Working with the patient, gently remove the cured impression. Impression may slightly tear upon removal. Review the inside of the impression. The detail should be crisp and free of holes, large bubbles and voids, and have a proper pose.